Hey guys, it's Night Flame, and today, guys, I will be reviewing the all-new Archie, issue number 1. So this book is written by Mark Waid and art by Fiona Staples. I will include spoilers, so beware. And now let's start off with the issue. So the comic opens up with Archie. He is introducing you to himself, and we get the whole plot revealed just in the first couple of pages, and we find out that Archie has broken up with Betty, and Betty and Archie have this, they had this long relationship, and when they broke up, everybody just started freaking out because if Archie and Betty can break up, then apparently every relationship, is breakable. Like nobody would last if Betty and Archie don't last. So the whole school freaks out. They want to know why did Betty and Archie break up, but we really don't know why they did. We find out that something happened with a lipstick, and Betty just doesn't want to talk about it. Archie doesn't want to talk about it either, and Betty and Archie don't even talk to each other. So we see that going on. And then, Betty's friends are kind of scared about this. They really want to see her with Archie. So they hatch this plan that basically the homecoming is coming up and they want Betty and Archie to win. So they are forced to dance with each other and they can rekindle their, relationship. And then all of a sudden, Jughead, he gets involved into this. He becomes, I guess, the ballot counter. And he ends up saying that he's promising to rig the boat if Archie and Betty don't win, but the Betty's friends don't really trust Jughead. So when homecoming comes, we find out that Archie is forced to go because he is going to tune the guitars, and that Betty is going because of something, but she's still gonna go. So it's a perfect plan to kind of like catch them off guard and make them force dance with each other. So when the time comes, Archie, he was about to leave homecoming because he finished tuning in the guitar, but we find out that he has to stay because, the guitarist apparently did not show up. So he plays the guitar and everybody just falls in love with Archie because he plays really well, and people, end up being like, oh yeah, he's so good, I never really seen him like this. So when homecoming winners end up getting announced, we end up finding out that Archie does not win, but Betty does, and that completely just crushes Betty's friends. They end up going to Jughead, and Jughead is like, you know what, I completely rigged it. Archie was gonna win, but I made sure he didn't because he is, you really can't force two people to be with each other. They gotta decide for themselves. So Jughead did a good thing. It makes sense, and at the end we find out that Betty is missing Archie and Archie's missing Betty, but there are things to come for them because, because the Lodge Industries is gonna come, and Archie's like, maybe I should try dating other people. Maybe I'll seek somebody else. Maybe I'll meet somebody else that will make me forget about Betty. Or maybe destiny happened and me and Betty were not meant to be together. But Archie's very optimistic of the future, and that's where the issue ends. So I thought this was a fun introduction. It was really fun. I like the way the story was set up. Obviously, it's foreshadowing that Veronica's gonna come, and she's rich, so Veronica is going to be the second girl for Archie, and we all knew this was gonna happen because this has been what always happened around Archie. It was either Veronica or Betty, and they always fought for Archie, and he never ended up with one of them. So it's really interesting, for this to be the setup. I like this though. I thought it was interesting. I honestly would have liked to see maybe Veronica being introduced a little bit more later, but I still liked it. I love the art. The art is beautiful for this book. As you can see, Fiona Staples just completely crushed it. But the thing I did not like has to be how this book is $3.99, which Archie comics really aren't usually $3.99. But also how this book was really, it was really short. We got the Archie story, and then at the end we got this whole reprint, and it kind of took like half the pages. So it was disappointing how this book was more of a reprint than a whole new story. It would have been better if it was a story and it was extra sized with no price edition, and we got the print for free. I mean, not the reprint for like a. Let me explain myself again. So it would have been better if the story was $3.99 or this book was $3.99. It was extra sized, and the extra kind of thing would have been this reprint instead of being $3.99, and instead of getting a whole book about the new Archie, or this should have been $2.99, and it shouldn't have had the reprint because the reprint really wasn't necessary. It doesn't add up to anything. It's just a fun story, but it's not necessary. So $3.99 shouldn't have been the price, or at least add some more new story than the whole reprint. I wasn't a big fan of the reprint. I wasn't a fan of how short the story was. I really was expecting a little bit more, but I feel like the story was great nonetheless. It was really fun. It doesn't feel like current, modernized Archie. It feels more of a like 2000s Archie, because modernized it would have been more of like lingo and more of a phone use kind of thing. But it still feels like it's a sorely more new Archie. It's a different approach because the old Archie was more traditional, while this one it's more different. So I still liked it. Like I said, I had some problems with it, like how they are introducing Veronica so fast. That should have been a little bit later, but still I'm in for the ride, and I gave this a 9 out of 10. And I think you guys should definitely pick it up. It's a fun story, and it definitely has a lot of fun elements that will definitely pay off in the long run. So Archie number 1, a 9 out of 10. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.